You are looking to serve your customers where they are. And most of your customers now are living in digital world. We are. And if they're living in the digital world, then you need to serve them in the digital world, whatever the channel of choice may be. It's not for you to decide, it's for you to follow. And so we, as providers to you and your partners, are building capabilities that will help you follow your customer to wherever they are living their lives, so you can serve them where they are. What about the agents? And Ian talked about this. All the easy stuff is getting automated. Well, not quite. There's still a lot to do. I'm sure you see that. But there is a clear trend toward the fact that the agents are getting more and more challenging inquiries coming up to them. And it's not a surprise. This is a recent agent survey that was done by Gartner. It said that 84% of agents who were surveyed in the customer service organizations felt that their work tools were inadequate. Old solutions are not necessarily going to work in the new world. And with some of the recent capabilities that we have built out with our Advisor desktop, we see agents who use words like, we love this. This is so much fun to work with. That's what adoption feels like. On the business side, this is the third leg, the third pillar of stakeholders. The complexity and scale, that continues to be a challenge because businesses are continuing to concentrate. Now imagine all those different ways of serving customers. The customers are coming back with questions through all these new channels, and at the receiving end, you have agents or automated self-service. So complexity and scale are huge challenges in businesses today. And the way to solve it is to go back to the notion of having an enterprise brain. A brain that has the know-how in a centralized model. It still needs to be personalized. It needs to be learning so that it gets better over time. And it needs to be curated so that some things which are really important get done and said exactly the way they should be done and said. And when you do that, you can drive knowledge across the organization. Not just in customer engagement. You start with customer engagement, but then you can roll out the same knowledge out to the rest of your organization, and it's extremely valuable. The customers have their own questions. If you start with those questions and then try to understand what answers are needed, you get to a much better place much quicker. And this enterprise brain can capture those popular questions and ensure that the answers are being served consistently and personalized through all the touch points. And then finally, you want to do this in an agile, iterative way. You don't want to boil the ocean, because if you try to do everything together, nothing gets done. And then the last bit is the technology folks. Two things we see technology team members, and we have talked to lots of CTOs and heads of technology. The number one thing they're looking for right now is how do I make my data in my business more valuable to my business stakeholders? Is that a platform-oriented approach gives you the advantage of managing the interconnect complexity. So you don't have to connect everything to everything. As you think about omni-channel customer engagement, as you think about customer experience that is consistent across all touch points, you need to have a platform approach. And the last thing we see technology leaders now insisting on is let's see the solution working for us in our environment. And more companies we see doing that now, which is very exciting for us as well as rewarding for them. Because when you insist on that trial, you insist on quick value, you eliminate a lot of the risk of big bets. And to us, that's one of the key drivers of improving the chances of customer success. Looking at those 4 pillars, starting with the customer, going to the agent or the advisor, and then to the business owners and the technology stakeholders, looking at the experience requirements for all 4 and how we, as technology providers, can help across those different groups.